Gemini, what is up, y'all? What is happening? What it do? It is time for your weekly check-in. Gonna see what's going on with you guys for the third week of July. Remember, weekly check-ins are just a short, sweet, quick, general, energetic overview. Now, for those of you in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information on how to do that in the description of this video. And for those of you who missed the memo, we got a surprise for you. The weekly live readings are now going back to the old school price of $22.22. Just like from day one, man. And remember, you can pre-order anytime on my website. Also, don't forget to check out those new general personal readings. You need a reading and you don't know what to ask? I got you, dude. You just pick what you want read and let me do the rest. You can read up all about that in the description and ultimately on my website. The link is right down there. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see what's going on with you and your situation and the person you're dealing with in the third week of July. What's happening with Gemini universe and their situation and the person they're dealing with in the third week of July? Ooh, King of Cups. Huh, that's interesting. Ooh, and the Seven of Cups, though. Death reversed. You know what that feels like to me? That feels to me like somebody desperately trying to replace you. Desperately trying to find somebody that'll get you off their mind. That's what that feels like. With the death reverse there, some of y'all dealing with a Scorpio, possibly. We got King of Wands and King of Swords, both reversed. So I highly doubt that this person will let you in on what their feelings and intentions are. Feels to me like they can't get you off their mind and they're trying to find somebody new to get you off their mind. So, that's interesting. That's about all I can get out of this spread. Honestly, I can't think of any other way to spin this spread. So, do I have any other major arcana? I got Scorpio, Cancer, and that's it. Okay, well, could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's dig their feelings and intentions up deeper. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Person Gemini is dealing with. Truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. At the deepest level. Star reversed. Yeah, they don't have any hope for this connection at all. Five of Pentacles. So they're definitely playing the victim, 100%. But with the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, it's almost kind of like they know that they're just playing the victim, you know? I think they know it. Eight of Swords reversed came out in the last spread too, so I think they know it. It's not one of those things where, you know, when you got somebody who like creates a problem and then plays the victim, and you can't figure out if they're doing that knowingly. You know, no, they're doing it knowingly. They're doing it knowingly. Now the question is, see, because this is the part that's so crazy about it, because how could you sleep at night? Because you know that if you know you're doing it, then you know it's obvious to everyone else that you're doing it too. I don't know, man. But they very well, very, very much so understand the error of their ways. Very much so. But it's like they just don't really want to put that ego aside and admit it. You know, they don't want to apologize for nothing. They would rather swallow their pride and swallow that guilt. Because, see, playing the victim, that's the easiest way to deal with guilt, you know? Because guilt ultimately means that I'm mad at myself. Playing the victim ultimately means I'm mad at you, right? And the easiest way to sit with that feeling of guilt and shame is to flip it on its head and turn it into anger. It's easier to be mad at you than it is to be mad at me. So, yeah, well, this bothers them. They know what they did wrong, and they know what they're doing wrong. Let's just get the advice here. Let's get the advice. What's the best advice? Two more shuffles, two more. Strength card. Hey, hold back. Hold back. Resist temptation. Don't respond to any indirect attempts to try to get your attention. Don't respond to any attempt to get a reaction out of you at all. At all. You have no idea how important that is, y'all. You have no idea. And you see it happen everywhere, all the time. The very first thing a toxic person is going to do is try to trigger you. The very first thing a toxic person is, they don't care how they trigger you. They don't care what kind of response they get out of you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you give them any kind of response, then they're gonna start digging a little deeper and digging a little deeper and digging a little deeper and digging a little deeper. Don't do it. Not right now. Not right now. This is the time where you set boundaries and let this person know you ain't fucking playing. Then maybe once we get through this, then we'll cross the next bridge when we get to it. But right now, it's all about you putting your foot down and standing tall and standing strong. And, you know, especially those of you dealing with somebody you was on and off with, I feel like there's a few of you, right? And then when you're on and off with somebody like that, they're going to keep doing what they've been doing. They're going to do whatever works, whatever it takes. Like, you know, all the times you all were on and off, whatever worked in the past, they're going to continue doing that. You got to let them know that those buttons have been disconnected. They push those emotional buttons now, nothing's going to happen. I think that needs to be firmly established before you even think about what you're going to do here. Okay? So, that's kind of a cliffhanger, but that's a good place to rest right now. All right, well, let's see what's coming in for the singles. What's coming in for the singles? Third week of July. What's coming in for the singles? 3 shuffles. 1, 2. Ooh, 9 of coins. Was that you over the last couple of weeks? I don't remember which sign it was, but yeah, there was definitely 1 or 2 signs that are going on a little solo journey. Now, this is pretty big right here. For those of you who have been single for a while, 6 months, a year, that was not accidental. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that there's something you're not seeing. Those are the questions I get all the time. What am I not seeing? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to know? Nothing, 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 and nothing. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You don't need to know anything, and there's nothing that you're not seeing. The universe is putting you on a little path by yourself right now to give you the chance to shed old energies. You know why? Because coming up real soon, it's going to be divine life partner time. So, you know what happens before divine life partner time, right? You get tested. You get tested. And honestly, most people are tested more than once. I can't think off the top of my head of anybody who was only tested once. It maybe. I would really have to sit and think. I'd really have to think on that. But if my memory serves me correctly, everybody I know who is currently with their actual person was tested multiple times before their actual person showed up. So I think you're going to be tested. At some point in the month of July, you're going to be tested. All right? Love bomby ass fucking manipulator make their way into your life. Smooth talker, real charismatic. They know what to say. They know when to say it. They know how to say it. They say everything at the right time. And it's just like too perfect. It's almost too perfect. And if you're not paying attention to the vibration, it's real easy to get sucked into that. And then ultimately, that's the test. Are you emotionally independent? Or are you still empty, lonely, and emotionally codependent? When you're emotionally independent, you ain't just gonna let any random Joe Blow or Jane Doe waltz into your life. Oh no, you ain't. When you're emotionally abundant, you gonna be real motherfucking picky who you connect with. I'm always trying to think of a way to explain it. It's so hard. Because I think back to when I was in that place. Which, matter of fact, was just 6 years ago. Because yesterday was my and my divine life partner's 6-year anniversary of being together and 3-year wedding anniversary. We got married on the same day, 3 years later. And I'm trying to think back of what it was like when I was in that place. And anytime I connected with somebody, the more emotionally abundant I became. I remember that I would just get like a download instantly. Instant download of what being with this person would be like, just based on how their vibration felt, you know? I would just start getting these flashes and downloads of, you know, the insecurity and the drama and the arguments and the petty, you know, the petty fucking arguments, you know, just no peace. There will just be no peace being with you. I can already feel it. It's going to be everything I say is going to turn into an argument. Everything I do, you're going to twist it and use it against me. And you're going to be constantly accusing me of things. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm good. I'm good, you know? So, yeah. And it's all about the energy. Because when you're emotionally abundant, your bullshit-o-meter is really, really sensitive. Really sensitive. Well, let's see how this plays out. How's it playing out? What's the outcome? How's it playing out? Uh-oh. Well, you might acquiesce to seeing what this person's all about. And if you ain't careful, it is telling me that this could turn into a mess of drama. Because this person's a game player, man. They got a DM full of other people. You ain't the only person they're talking to. And if you dump just a little bit too much emotional energy into this, it could turn pretty messy. You know? They playing games. Love bombing, trying to manipulate you. So, let's get the advice. What's the advice for Gemini? What's the advice? Ooh, avoid disappointment. Just clearly communicate your intentions, you know? Don't, okay, let me reword this. Make sure that the way you're communicating isn't going to lead anybody on, you know? I'm not saying that you would lead somebody on. I'm just saying be extra careful that the way you communicate doesn't lead anybody on, you know? So, like, make it very clear. I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for right now. You know? I'm not sure. See, when you put that boundary up right there, that's going to tell you everything you need to know about a person. The minute you set boundaries, I'm going to tell you what, 9 times out of 10, there's exceptions to this, but very few. You set a boundary. Oh, their true colors are going to at least start bubbling up a little bit. You set a boundary and see if they respect it. A manipulator ain't going to respect it. They're going to do everything they can to try to test them boundaries. And I'm going to tell you what, don't do it. Don't do it, because if you do, they got you. They got you. If you set a boundary and they start trying to, like, talk you out of it, you better back away from that. You better back away from that. A person with good intentions will respect you and your boundaries, okay? So, yeah, this is a test. And again, there is no right way or wrong way when it comes to being tested. Because either you've learned or you haven't. If you haven't learned enough to pass a test, even if you did meet your divine life partner, it still wouldn't work. It still wouldn't work. You can't fake it, you know? So it'll either be an upgrade or a repeat of a past cycle. So just, I always want to think of different ways to say this. Be picky and choosy of what the energy feels like, and don't live in fear of being alone. That doesn't mean go be alone. It means don't live in fear of being alone. When you're not living in fear of being alone, you're going to be a lot more picky about the energy that you let come into your life. And when you're actually picky about the energy that you allow into your life, you know what that means? That means that when you do finally bring somebody into your life, it's going to be a connection that just is beyond anything that you ever imagined possible. The deepest, deepest connections. When you're picky like that, you form real connections. Real ones. Not trauma bonds. Not codependency attachments. Not somebody who's just trying to latch on to you and vampirically suck love from you, or use you, or take advantage of you. This is real connections when you start getting picky. But when you're out there just on a vibration of codependency and neediness and loneliness and emptiness, you're 10 times more likely to overlook red flags, put up with abusive behavior, make excuses. You're a lot more likely to just overlook a bunch of bullshit if you're on a vibration of neediness, So, I think most of you are going to do pretty good, though. I think so. You've learned a lot. You've been through a lot. You know what needs to be done next time around. So, just stay on the path you're on and keep doing what you're doing. All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini family needed to hear. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is down here in the description. And for those of you who missed the memo, don't forget our weekly live readings are now back to the old school price of $22.22. Just like the good old days, man. That's a permanent change now on the website. Remember, you can pre-order anytime on my website. We read them every Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Also, don't forget to check out those new general personal readings I have on my website. You need a reading? You just don't know what to ask? I got you, dude. Just pick the topic you want read. Let me do the rest. Everything you need to know and more is in the description of the video, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay